So my name is Emmanuel TUYISENGE. I'm currently studying at University of Rwanda, and I'm from Rwanda. So I'm going to present about what we learned in this IoT internship in Emmertxe Information Technology, and also I present about IoT-based home automation solution. This is the project that we did in this internship. So let's get started. So this is an overview of what we're gonna present, what I'm going to present now in this presentation. So first of all, we learned about the C programming. We learned about the C++ programming, embedded system. Also, we learned about the Internet of Things, and also after all, we did the project. So I'm going to show you the problem statement of our project. Also, I will show you the tool we had used for our internship and also project. And also, I'm gonna share you about requirements for the project and simulation and output image of that project. So now let's do it. Let's start with the C programming. In C programming, we learned about the introduction to C programming. We also saw that the C programming is nothing but a general purpose or procedure programming language. So it was developed by Dennis Lecce, and it is widely used for the system and software development, especially in the developing operating systems. So we learned about the data type. We also different type of data type like integer, float, double, and char. And we saw that the data type is just the type of data that a variable can hold. And also we learned about the modifiers and qualifiers. We also saw that the modifier is just used for modifying the size and the range of the data type. And for example, you can take example like a short int and long int. So short int is just use less memory and smaller range, but for long int, it uses more memory and larger range. And also we have unsigned int, which is only used for positive values. And also we learned about the qualifier. Qualifier, we saw that it changed the behavior of the variables. For example, cost, which can be used for variables. Values cannot be changed or modified. Like volatile, the variable can be changed unexpectedly. So we learned about the conditional constructors and conditional construct and operators. So for conditional construct, we learned that is just used for execute code blocks based on the certain conditions. For example, we learned about the if statement, else statement, if else, and also switch statement for multiple conditions. So for operators, we learned that the operator is a symbol used to perform the operation on the variables and values. So we read there about different categories of operators like arithmetic operators, which include the plus, minus, and the other. Also, we learned about relational operators, logical operators, and assignment operators. So after that, we learned about the arrays, where we saw that array is a collection of elements of the same type stored in contiguous memory location. And this allows for storage of multiple values using single variable. So we learned about the declaration of array, the initialization of the array. Also, we learned about the accessing element in the array. So after the array, we learned about the pointers and functions. So for pointers is just a variable that stores the memory address of another variable. and we learned about the declaration of the pointers and usage of that pointer. Also for the function, it's just the block of the code that operates a specific task. Um, so after that, we learned about the strings. For strings is nothing but arrays of the characters ending with the null character. So we learned how to declare it. So also we learned about the string function where we saw, for example, string for measuring the length of the variable value, and also strcmp just for compare, and stricat for concatenation, and strcpy for just copy. And we learned more string functions. Just for storage class, we learned that it defines the scope and lifetime and the visibility of the variable. So we learned about different type of storage class like auto, register, start, etc. And the last one we learned about the preprocessor. We also that is a tool that process your source code before compilation. So this handle the directive of macros and file inclusion and the conditional compilation. And also we learn the common preprocessor directive like a hash define for defining macros, hash include for including headers file, and also hash if, hash and if just for conditional compilation. So those are what we learned about C programming. Um, for C++, we learned that C++ is the same as C but with additional features. So we learned about the introduction of C++ programming, where we saw that is a general purpose programming language developed by Bijan Strostrup, and also is an extension of the C language with additional features like object-oriented programming and constructors, destructors. So about OOP concept, we learned about different type of or kind of OOPs concept like classes and object, where we saw that class is a blueprint of creating an object, and also for object is nothing but instance of the class. And we learned about the encapsulation, where it is a bundling data and method that operate on the data within one unit. That one unit is just a class. And also this restricts the direct access to some of the object's component. So we learned about the inheritance, which is mechanism for creating a new class from an existing one. So this allows for reuse code and creation of a logical relationship between the classes. So we learned about the polymorphism is just the ability to call the same function on different objects and have each of them respond in their own way. Where we achieve this by using different methods like overriding and overriding. So we learned about the constructors. Constructors, we saw that is nothing but a special member function of the class that are expected when an object of the class is created. And also we learned it is used just for initialized object. For destructors, for constructor, we learn different type of constructor like default constructor, parameterized constructor, and copy constructor. For destructor, we learned about them is just a special member function of the class that are executed when an object is destroyed, and it must reuse it for reusing resources that an object may have acquired during its lifetime. For example, like memory and file handles, etc. So those are what we learned in about C++. Now we can see for the sorry for the embedded system. We also the embedded system is nothing but it is a combination of the hardware and software that are designed to perform a specific task. So those system is specialized for computing. It is specialized computing system that perform dedicated function within the larger mechanical or electrical system. So we have the different component of embedded system like microcontroller as the brain of the system that process the data and control the task. Also we have the memory like RAM and ROM for storing codes and data. Also we have the input and output interface, which is mostly the sensors, actuators, and communication interfaces like UART, SPI, and GPIO. So as the system, it must have the power supply. We can use the battery or power management circuit that provide the necessary energy. So the application of embedded system, we have consumer electronic like smartphone, washing machine, and printers. For medical devices, we can have the parts makers, diagnostic equipment, wearable health monitoring. For industrial automation, we have the robotics, control system, and PLCs, programmable logical controllers. So we learned about the IoT, Internet of Things. We also that it refers to the network of interconnected physical devices that communicate and exchange data over the network or internet. So we have learned about the components of the IoT, where we have the device like sensors, actuators, and other hardware that collect the data. And also we have the connectivity just for making those devices to be communicated. So we have the communication protocols that link those devices like Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, 5G, 4G, MQTT, and the other communication protocol. Also, we have the data processing systems. Those are the systems that analyze and make sense on the data like cloud computing and edge computing. Also, we must have the user interface, just the platforms and application for users to interact with IoT system. So for application of IoT, we used in different categories like smart home. As our project, we did home automation systems. So um, we used it to control the lighting, heating, and also can use for security and appearance. For smart city, can be used for traffic management, waste management, and energy efficiency. Just for healthcare, can be used for wearable that monitor health and smart medical devices. So we learned about the microcontroller. So microcontroller is nothing but a small computer on single chip designed to control the specific task in an electric device. It has processor, memory, and input-output connection. Microcontrollers are used in everyday items. So also they are cost efficient, energy efficient, and can be programmed to do many different jobs. So they are taken as the brain of the many small devices. So in our project, we have used Arduino Uno as microcontroller, and in our IoT internship, we have used Arduino Uno as microcontroller. This is what we have used. So now let's go to the problem statement of our project. So the project is aimed to develop the home automation system by using Arduino, PixSimLab, Simulator, and Blink IoT mobile application. So the system will simulate real-time control and monitoring the household device such as lights, temperature, and water flow. So the challenge is just to create an efficient and user-friendly interface to manage this device remotely, ensuring the seamless operation and accurate feedback through the virtual and physical controls. So we can ask ourselves why home automation system is needed. The first is to enhance the convenience as remotely control of home device via smartphone. Also, it's energy efficient, where it reduces the energy consumption with real-time control by using smart scheduling of devices to minimize the waste. So it also increases the security as long as we monitor those home devices real-time. It's also water management for efficient monitoring and controlling the water values. It will also be used for user-friendly interface where we will use Blink, a mobile app with customizable widget for personalized user experience. So now there are different tools we have used in our internship period and in our project. Sorry. So we have used the Arduino Uno board and also Arduino ID. So Arduino Uno is microcontroller board that we use for central control unit in our home automation project. So it's ready to the sensor data, process it, and also control device like light, heater, and water valve. And for Arduino IDE is nothing but a software that tool that I use to write and upload the code to that Arduino. It teaches the Arduino how to manage this task. So this is the Arduino, this is the Arduino IDE. So for the second tool, we use PixSimLab. Is a simulator that allows us to emulate microcontroller-based project virtual without needing physical hardware. So in our home automation project, a PixSimLab is used to simulate the Arduino Uno and other components, enabling us to test and visualize how the sensors, actuators, and the control system like lights, heater, and water valve would work in real environment. So our tool 3, we used Blink application is just used to control the hardware remotely. It can display sensor data and can store the data, visualize it, and do many other cool things. So this is our project requirement. We just you have to do the garden light control by using LEDR sensor to adjust the brightness, LED brightness, and also temperature control system. We will use LM35 temperature sensor to display the temperature on the CRCD controller. For the water tank management, to control the inlet and outlet valve, and also displaying the volume of the water. And also we use the Blink app for making the different widgets to control the heater, cooler, and valves, also to display the temperature. So this is how our system will look like. This is our home where we have that system. This is our Arduino and internet sheet for communicating to the Blink. And also we have the mobile app for controlling those devices remotely. So now let's go to the simulation and output of project. This is the PixSim lab. This is how it looks like. This is the CRCD, and this will display the temperature and also volume, and also display if the heater is on or off, or cooler, or inflow or outflow, if it's on or off, according to our button in our mobile app. So this is the LED. This LDR sensor we use to control the brightness of these LEDs. So this is the heater and cooler system for just increasing temperature or decrease. So this is the internet sheet for making our Arduino to be connected to the internet in order to access to our Blink app. So this is our Blink app, and this is that Arduino. This is the serial tank. This is the inlet valve. This is the outlet valve. We will control it by using the widgets. This is the inlet valve. This outlet valve. We make it on or off. So this is the cooler widget or heater widget for controlling those coolers and heater. So this is the temperature widget for displaying the temperature of our system or in our room. So now, thank you. So we're gonna do the simulation to show you how all things work. And I'm called Emmanuel TUYISENGE. Country is Rwanda and city is Kigali. Currently study at University of Rwanda. So thank you so much. Let's go in the simulation. So thank you so much. Now we're going to the simulation. So this is our codes that we used. So we have a home automation Blink controller. So we have the serial tank CPP, and we have the temperature system where we used to control cooler control and heater control, and this is the LDR for controlling the brightness, and also we have the main where we declare the all the I can say or just all the data stream and also the pins. Now let's go to the simulation part. So this is our simulation, and this is in a mobile app. This is in a mobile app. So you see that I can control all things by using my mobile app, my Brink app. So this is the uh, CLCD for displaying the temperature and also the volume of the data tank, and also to display if the heater is off or on. Let me change this heater to be on. So you see now is on, and on the LCD it will display heater is on, and also this is it show the inlet or outlet if it's on or off. When I make the inlet valve is on, you see that here it's changed, and also here the valve is on, and also if I make the outlet is on, you see that the water start flowing down because the valve is on. And you can control the brightness of this LED by using LDR sensor. You see that when I pull down, also this LDR it's going to be off because of sorry LED is going to be off because of this LDR value changed. When I make it up, you see that the LED start brightening. So this is how you can control the LED using LDR. And this is the heater and the cooler. We can control it by using those widgets. Cooler, I can make off and also make off heater. Now you see that it's changed the condition. And when I make heater on, you see that also temperature starting go up, and also in our widget the temperature must go up according to the heater. And also I can control those valves, the inlet valve. I can make it both or on, off. So you see that the inlet I can make it off here and then stop, and then make on for the outlet and water starting from, and also volume is also decreased because of the water flowing down. So this is the internet sheet for helping our Arduino to go to the internet by in order to communicate with this Brink app. So that's all. Thank you so much. This is our simulation. I hope you are doing well. God bless you. Thank you for your time. If you have any question, you can ask, no problem. And thank you so much. Yeah.